After the failed coup of January 15, 1966, Major Emmanuel Arinze Ifeajuna decided to leave the country as soon as possible in a disguise. The reason why I called it a failed coup is that you remember that after Major Chukwuma Nzogu with his coup plotters planned the coup and executed it, they were still not the ones that assumed the mantle of leadership after the coup was carried out. Sure, you remember. So because of that, I still tag it as a failed coup. So after that failed coup, Emmanuel Arinze Ifeajuna decided to leave the country on a disguise to Ghana. His friends, which were Christopher Okibo and John Pepe Clark, were the one that escorted him on a disguise across the border to Ghana. So during his hiding out, he wrote an article explaining his role on the coup because he was eager to explain what really happened during that coup. So he now sent that manuscript, the handwritten article, to Okibo to help him publish it. When Okibo got this handwritten article, he sent it to Chinua Achebe because even then they were building a press factory known as Citadel Press back then. So when Chinua Achebe went through that article, Chinua Achebe noticed a foul play on what Ifeajuna wrote. So he noticed that Ifeajuna were trying to exonerate himself, trying to make himself look good among the coup plotters of January 1966. So Chinua Achebe refused to publish that book. After Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu declared the independence of Biafra, he assured Ifeajuna that if he comes back, he's going to be safe in the Biafran land. So Ifeajuna now came back from Ghana. During the war, Ifeajuna, Philip Ale, Sam Abam were accused of treason because they wanted to plot against Ojukwu and take over the government of Ojukwu. But remember, Ifeajuna said that he wasn't interested in taking the position of Ojukwu or trying to take over his government, but he was feeling pity on the civilians who are unfortunately suffering because of the war, because most of them were dying of hunger. So he decided to collaborate with the Nigerian federal troops to cease fire. So after then, he was tried in Enugu and was executed. Now, hear the full gist. So when Major Emmanuel Arinze Ifeajuna was dissatisfied with the direction his country had taken during the first Nigerian Republic under Prime Minister Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, Ifeajuna became a conspirator in a plot to overthrow the government. Given his studies, Ifeajuna has been regarded as one of the intellectual drivers of the conspiracy, and he wrote an unpublished manuscript on the reason for the 1966 coup. He scorned the corruption and anarchy that resulted from mismanagement of government. Major Chukwuma Nzogu was the face of the coup attempt, which involved 5 other army majors: Timothy Onwatuegwu, Chris Anuforo, Adewale Ademoyaga, Humphrey Chukwuka. Ademoyaga, Okafor, Anufora, and Chukwuka were the other majors based in Lagos, where Ifeajuna led the movement. Ifeajuna led his brigade to the house of the Prime Minister Abubakar Tafawa Balewa and arrested him. Meanwhile, Major Chukwuma Nzogu made public the names of those who the coup aimed to buy, and Balewa, as a notable absence, Okafor sought to capture Brigadier Zachariah Mai Malari. Ifeajuna commanding officer Mai Malari escaped, and upon finding Ifeajuna asking for help, Ifeajuna buried Mai Malari, which led to dissension among Ifeajuna's ranks. As he was a highly respected officer, Ifeajuna also shot Lieutenant Colonel Abogo Legema at a hotel in Ikoyi district of Lagos. One of the coup prominent targets, Major General Johnson Aguiyi-Ironsi, caught wind of the plot and escaped capture. He then began to move against the coup conspirators. Aguiyi-Ironsi eventually managed to prevent the coup and was later appointed to take over leadership and bring stability to the country. During these days, Prime Minister Balewa died while under the arrest of Ifeajuna. Official police reports into the circumstances of his death claim Ifeajuna shot Balewa while driving to Abeokuta and abandoned the body by the roadside. Some claim that Balewa was not deliberately killed. He was not one of the coup's stated assassination targets, but rather died on accident or heart attack during the ordeal. This subject remains an unresolved element of the history of the 1966 coup attempt. Following Ironsi's move against the coup, Ifeajuna's friend Christopher Okibo helped him cross the border into the army, now the Benin, and through to Ghana, where he was welcomed by its leader, Huma Nkrumah. Nkrumah's regime was overthrown shortly afterwards, and Ifeajuna returned to Nigeria after assurance from Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu that his life would not be at risk. He again became involved in the military, this time within the Biafran army. The Republic of Biafra declared its secession from Nigeria, beginning the Nigerian Civil War. Ifeajuna, Victor Banjo, Philip Alel, Sam Abam were accused by Ojukwu of negotiating with the federal Nigerian officials via British agents, hoping to bring about a ceasefire, overthrow Ojukwu, and gain prominent position for themselves. They were harshly tried and sentenced to death by filing squad for treason. Ifeajuna claimed that the plan was to preserve civilians' life in Enugu from an oncoming assault by federal troops. Ifeajuna and his three co-conspirators were executed on 25 September 1967. Enugu, the Biafran capital, was captured by federal Nigerian forces 2 days later. Ifeajuna has had a mixed legacy. His unpublished manuscript has attracted much attention, including that of Olusegun Obasanjo, an army general and now former president of Nigeria. The 1966 coup attempt is seen as many as an Igbo plot, although conspirators included non-Igbos. Some coup targets were Igbos, and even General Ironsi, who prevented the coup himself, was also an Igbo. The manuscript is seen as a possible historical source for assessing both the racial element to coup and Ifeajuna's role in it, which ranges from a co-conspirator to intellectual leader. Ifeajuna has not featured prominently or favorably in the history of Nigerian Civil War, while fellow 1966 coup maker Chukwuemeka Nzogwu has been decorated as a war hero and had a status erected in his hometown. Ifeajuna has received little posthumous recognition. Upon his death in 2011, former Biafran leader Ojukwu received the highest military accolade from the Nigerians, and his funeral was attended by the Nigerian president Goodluck Jonathan. In 1992 interview, Ojukwu dismissed claim that Chukwuemeka Nzogwu was the leader of the plot, as was widely believed. A Nigerian Police Special Branch report, its first part partially redacted and second part missing, stated that Ifeajuna, Don Okafor, and Captain Obo Oji were the creator and protagonist of the coup plot in 1965, with Nzogwu only becoming involved at the late stage. Ifeajuna is seen by some as the assassin of Prime Minister Balewa, which brought down the First Republic and caused civil war. No autopsy was carried out on Balewa's body, and no proof exists that he was shot. Official reports document his body was found in certain position by a tree next to the body of Finance Minister Festus Okotie Ebo, who had been shot and was at the center of the corruption allegations. Ifeajuna's legacy within Black African sports history has been overshadowed by his political actions following his fate. Please kindly share this and make it go viral. Don't forget to like, comment, and follow me for more.